Hello, 6th grade innovators. This is Mr. Chamberlain here with the next part of our Sense Hat tutorial. You've already learned how to write a message, how to make it go across your little LED screen, and you've also learned how to use different numbers to assign different colors. So now I'm going to show you something really cool. You may have noticed, if you counted on your little LED screen, there are actually 64 individual little white squares. It's an 8 by 8 grid. Well, we can actually program each and every single square to be its own color. We could literally do the entire color. When you plug in your Sense Hat, you see that cool rainbow. It's kind of like that. You can pick a different color for each individual little tiny LED on that Sense Hat. So what I'm going to do is show you how to assign each and every little spot to make a little picture, or as we would call an emoji. So first off, you're going to notice I have a little fake Sense Hat here. That is my way of, when I run the program, you'll be able to see what you should see. It's kind of neat. It's just called a Sense Hat emulator. So I'll show you something neat with that in a second. I've already opened up Python 3. Of course, we don't write on the shell. We write in a new file. So when you start a new file, we're going to have plenty of space. So I'm going to type a little bit fast to start because everything so far we already know how to do. So from Sense Hat, import Sense Hat. Did you notice that the S and H are capitalized? You better do the same. Let's skip. Sense is going to equal Sense Hat. So if I ever use the word sense, it means the Sense Hat. Now we're going to assign two colors, just like we did with the physical computing. We said something's going to be LED 15 and whatever. So I'm going to say R equals 25500. That's my way of saying R, which is just short for red, equals a whole bunch of the red part of an LED bulb and no parts of the blue and green. So not surprisingly, it's going to look red. W equals 255, 255, 255. So I have all three lights on each little bulb going super strong, which actually gives us white. When you combine all the colors, we get white. Okay, now the part that takes a little bit of time. I'm going to say I want to make a picture of a question mark. So I'm going to assign the variable question mark equals. So I'm going to say if I want to make a question mark, here's what every single little bulb is going to look like. I'm going to do a bracket. That bracket button is right next to the letter P on your keyboard. So I did the bracket. I'm going to press enter. You'll notice it's indented. Now I'm going to write this and then I'll explain it in a second. W space W W R R W W W. What I just did was I just assigned these first 8 little LEDs. Remember there's 64 of them, 8 by 8, with a different color. So when I start WWW RR WWW, when I light it up, it's going to be a white one, white one, white one, red one, red one, white one, white one, white one. So I'm just literally assigning each little bulb to be its own color. I'm going to press enter and we're going to write W W R W W R W W. I'm starting to make the shape of a question mark. See this little R, how it's kind of curving like the top of a question mark? Let's continue to the next line. W W W W W R W W. Fourth line. W W W W R W W W. You can start to see it's still kind of like a question mark. I got the big curvy thing starting to come in. I'm on the 5th line of LEDs now. So W W W W R W W W. I saw several kids that did like this and they went to the next line and they didn't have that comma there. That's not going to work. You're going to get a red line error that's going to say there's something wrong with that one. So we make sure we put each one in there. So we got 5 down, 3 more full lines to go. So W W W W R www. This whole line, second to last one, is going to be all W's. And the last one, www with one R on the bottom. So check it out. Now I actually don't have a comma there. I'm going to press enter, and I'm going to do a closed bracket. That's two down from P. So take a look at my picture. It's going to be all white with R, so red in this shape, which looks like a question mark. You're going to see it in a second here. So I'm going to skip one, and we're going to say sense dot set pixels. So show me a picture of question mark. That means tell the sense hat to show me whatever you said question mark was. We said question mark was this. So now, if I want to run it, assuming I've got, okay, good. If I want to run it, of course, F5 is how we run it. We have to save it. We're going to call it like we always do, period 2, if you're period 2, will, and I might say emoji or something. But I want to put it in my own folder. There's the period 2 folder. I'm going to save it to there. Now, my shell is going to say probably there's no sense hat. So if I read it really carefully, it says on line 3, you need the sense hat, but you don't have one plugged in. I don't even have a sense hat plugged in. If yours worked correctly, then yours will pop up. But I just changed my code to say emulator do the sense hat. So now I'm going to run this one and take a look at the screen. There we go. That's what should pop up when you do yours. So I'm going to put this back up here. This is the code. What you should get is that little picture of a question mark. I'm going to run it again. See, there's a question mark. And I told it to sit for 5 seconds and then disappear. So now I've got a picture of a question mark. You're going to notice when you try to take a picture of your question mark that it's really hard to see that question mark when it's all that white. The white really doesn't work well with our Chromebook cameras. So there's a quick fix to do this if you want. Why don't we say that red is white and white is red? That way it's going to be a whole red looking one with a white foreground. So I can actually do that on my emulator one. We're going to say red is white and white is red. So when I run it, take a look at our emulator. Now, oh, I got the wrong one. Sorry. First mistake I've made in a while. There we go. We're going to say, oh no, that's right. I just got to run it from there. If we take a look at the emulator, there it is. It's all red with a white. So if you try to take a picture of that, it'll probably actually work better. So I suggest you do that. Otherwise, it's hard to get a picture. You can also mess around and try all different colors. You could do 100 and 150. Whatever you try, you're going to get a different picture. So get that picture, get your little question mark, take a photo of it, and then you are going to move on to build your own emoji. So like always, good luck. If you get a code saying there's something wrong with the red, then you probably typed something in wrong. Good luck.